Okay, so getting back into our coverage over the dawn of DC, we do pick up once again with Batman and Robin. Now, we're only covering a two-part story arc that takes place in issue number 7 and issue number 8. Now, with that being said, this is a two-part story arc where we're now bringing in another character who's very close to Robin, Damian Wayne, and that'll be the character known as Flatline. Now, I'll try my best to explain who Flatline is later on in this video. But for right now, just know that for Flatline, she played a huge role in the Robin solo series back in, I want to say, 2020 up to 2021. I could be wrong in the year that series came out. But for Damian Wayne, her and him got very close, almost like boyfriend and girlfriend. So her being back in the picture right now is kind of like, oh, where could this possibly go? Could we see Damian finally with somebody like Flatline? Because they did kiss in that Robin solo series. But before we're able to actually sit down and talk about why Flatline's in Gotham City, we have to jump over to Man Bat. Now remember, Man Bat is the main bad guy of this series so far. And right now, his main goal is to replace Batman because he feels like Batman has stolen the symbol of Gotham City, the whole idea of the bat symbol. But he also feels like it was his destiny to become the hero of Gotham by using the bat symbol. And so right now, we're seeing Man Bat being able to build up a cult of people who are also kind of tired of Batman, but also believe in the idea that Man Bat should be the one in charge of protecting Gotham City. And so that cult right now, the numbers are growing. More and more people are now joining that cult. Now, let's not forget, for Man Bat, he's not on his own. He also has a partner, and that'll be the character known as Shush. Now, we don't know much about this character just yet. All we truly know about her is that she may have some kind of connections to Hush, an old bad guy for Batman, but for right now, she also wants to see Batman be taken down. And so she had no choice to go ahead and team up with Hush as a way to deal with Batman, but also deal with Robin. But the problem with Shush right now is that she's getting very tired of the fact that they have not made a move on Bruce Wayne a good while. She feels like right now the cult of people behind him, but also everything else they had gathered together, they should be able to take Batman down at this exact moment. But you have Man Bat say, no, when it comes to Batman, you cannot just simply kill him off. You have to slowly bring him down to your level and then kill him off. Over to the heroes of the book. That'll be Batman and Robin, of course. Now, at the end of our last video, we saw the return of a character known as Flatline. Now, when it comes to Flatline, we saw her on Lazarus Island. By the way, I had no idea that Lazarus Island is actually a real island in the real world. I thought it was just a made-up name for a made-up island in DC Comics. Either way, though, when it comes to Flatline, she has the ability to absorb other people's fighting skills once they have died. Now, when it came to Flatline, she was a sidekick for a different character known as Lord Deathman. Now, Lord Deathman is not really important for today's video. Just know that he's a big crime lord over in Japan. Now, like I said earlier, when it comes to Flatline and also Robin, when they were on Lazarus Island, they got very close to one another. I'm talking about very close. And so with her being here, it's kind of like, hey, are you here for Robin or are you here for something else? And she tells both Batman and Robin that she's here for her lost sister, Mila. Either way, when it comes to Flatline, she tells us that after she had gained her ability from her grandfather, and after she had to go train with Lord Deathman, years had passed by, and she got a letter from her mother. Now, when it came to the letter, it's her mom saying like, listen, your sister has disappeared. Can you find her? And so for Flatline, she was able to track down where her sister could possibly be at, somewhere in Gotham City. And so that is why she is here, to ask Damian and maybe Batman to help out. Really just Damian, that's it. And so for Batman, he's kind of like, you know what? I heard about you. You're Flatline. You're the sidekick to a well-known criminal. But at the same time, seeing my son happy, seeing my son have a friend, seeing my son possibly having a girlfriend is really great for me. So you know what? Yeah, I'm going to allow Damien to help you find your missing sister, but I have one rule. There's no killing. And so just like that, you have Robin and Flatline begin to look for her missing sister. Now, before you have Robin and also Flatline go to look for the missing sister, you have Flatline realize that Robin is now in good terms with his father. And matter of fact, I have been saying this a lot in my last couple videos. When it came to the dawn of DC, it was kind of like DC was trying to fix all their mistakes in the last few years, to bring back concepts fans actually care for and bring in new concepts that fans may care for. But when it came to Batman and Robin, some fans out there truly missed the idea of seeing Bruce being a father to Damian Wayne, seeing the dynamic duo, because after Alfred had died, these two characters were unable to see eye to eye with one another. And so going into the dawn of DC, going into Batman and Robin the series, it said, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's go ahead and bring back the fact these two characters should be the dynamic duo, should be the father and son combo. And so just like that, we had these two characters finally back together again. Now you have Damien tell Flatline that at first it was kind of rocky, but over time, these two characters have been able to rebuild their bond with one another, but that bond is also getting stronger than it was in the past. But we kind of get the idea that for Flatline, she's kind of jealous of Robin because at least Robin has some chances to have a normal life out there. Unlike her, because for her, it's 24/7 being a sidekick for a well-known criminal, a well-known crime lord over in Japan. And so for her, it's kind of like, man, I'm a tad bit jealous. Now, we also see the spirit of Ra's al Ghul talking to her. Now, Ra's al Ghul is calling her a liar, but the whole idea that she wants a normal life or possibly something else. But at the same time, you have the spirit of Ra's al Ghul telling her that she needs to hurry up. Now, for Damien, he cannot see the spirit at all. And so he's kind of confused on who in the world is she talking to. But moving on, you did have Mila tell Robin that she does have a clue. She has this nickname for a certain bartender. Now for Robin, he knows where that bartender actually works at, the Iceberg Lounge, the old club that belonged to the Penguin. Either way, you do have our two characters head over there. Now, when they do arrive there, they do find a gang of people trying to move weapons throughout the whole club. So you have our two heroes, or characters, because Flatline is not a hero yet, and you have the two characters fight against the gang. Now, at the very end of this section, for Flatline, she was able to find her sister, but we kind of find out that her sister is the one in charge of this gang. But now we have to transition back over to Batman. Now, when we do, it's really more of Batman being able to grab one of the members of the cult. Now, for Batman, he wants to know why this guy had joined the cult. Because this guy here, he has no criminal record. He is divorced, but no children, and lived his entire life in Gotham, but never been any kind of trouble. And so for Batman, it's kind of like, dude, why are you part of the cult? You hear the guy say, because it's time for us to take back the city. It's time for us to take back the symbol that you have stolen, Batman. Now, on top of that, he also says that Man Bat offered him the chance to become stronger. And that right there is really important because we see the guy pull out a pill that is supposedly supposed to make him stronger. But then when he takes the pill, the guy dies right in front of Batman. But now Batman knows that when it comes to Man Bat, he's trying to produce some kind of drug that could possibly make people stronger. But right now, the drug is not perfect. The drug had just killed an innocent man. Not innocent, I guess, but a man who was just part of the cult for the heck of it, really. But now he is dead in front of Batman. And this leads into the end of the first chapter of today's video because we do see Batman being very upset about the fact the man has now died in front of him thanks to Man Bat. But then Batman is confronted by Good old Shush. And she said, Man Bat lied to me as well. And I feel like we should work together to bring him down. Now we have to jump into the second chapter for today's video, where we do kind of jump back over to Robin and Flatline. Now, you have Mila basically tell us that the reason why she had disappeared because after their grandfather had died, she began to do some research on him and kind of find out that grandpa was not just some random serial killer. He was an assassin. He was a paid killer. And so because of that, it kind of led her to believing that she could pick up where her grandfather had left off at. But she also realized the best kind of weapons would all be in Gotham City because the Joker, Mr. Freeze, and the list goes on. And so that is why she's in Gotham to get weapons, but she was also able to build up an army of gang members to have a force in Gotham City. Now she's kind of hoping in the possibility that Flatline will join her. Now for Robin, he also kind of believes that Flatline will be on his side and they're going to work together to bring down Mila. Well, you see, one of the two characters has to be wrong here, and that character is Robin. You actually have Flatline double-cross Robin to help Mila stop him, but to also get away with all those weapons as well. But let's jump back over to Batman, also Shush, because for Batman, he's kind of wondering why in the world should he work with Shush? Now, let's also not forget that for Batman and Robin, they still believe in the possibility that Shush could be the same principal at Damian's new high school, Principal Stone. And so you have Batman ask her like, hey, what is your interest in my son? And she says, I cannot tell you everything at once, but just know that I can show you the base of Man Bat for now. And so you have Batman kind of agree to follow her over to the base of Man Bat. Now, while they are leaving, they have no idea that they were being watched by another member of the cult. And that member of the cult calls over to Man Bat. So we're kind of left to believe in the possibility that this could be a trap, at least for Batman alone. But let's jump back over to Robin, because right now you have Robin trying his best to chase after Flatline and also her sister as well. Now, for Robin, I kind of felt like at first this was going to be a huge heartbreaking moment for him because he actually does have somewhat of a crush on Flatline. And so to see her being a bad guy, but also betraying his trust, it's kind of hard on him. But either way, he's still a hero. But by the time we get to the end of this section, we kind of find out that Flatline planned on double-crossing her sister as well to help Robin to actually capture her, but to also get the rest of her gang. But the question is right now, why in the world did Flatline just portray her own sister? And it's because she made a deal with the DEO. She kind of knew that her sister was part of a gang, and she wanted to make sure that her sister did not fall into the same life that she's in at the moment. And so she had no choice but to earlier double-cross Robin and then double-cross her sister so that they'll be able to actually capture her. Now, for me personally, I'm kind of like, he could have took her down back at the club, but whatever. Now, for Robin, he is kind of hurt that she did not tell him about the deal or her plan at all. He kind of feels like he was also betrayed once again when it comes to his trust. But it's also her saying like, listen, I still care for you, and I also want to stay in Gotham and kind of help you with your cases. And so now we see that for Flatline, she'll be in Gotham for a good while and be helping out Batman and Robin to stop Man Bat. But getting back over to Batman, also Shush, they do arrive to what she believed was the base of Man Bat. And the reason why I say what she believed, because when they do arrive, they don't find Man Bat nor his cult. They had dipped out very quickly and took all their equipment as well. And so now we realize that she also been played by Man Bat. He knew that sooner or later she might betray him. Now for Batman, he does find a map that was left behind by Man Bat. Now the question is for Batman, what in the world does this map truly mean? Because yes, he knows all those different tunnels in the underground parts of Gotham, but he has no idea why Man Bat is trying to use those tunnels. Now, you have Batman ask her again, where is Man Bat? And unfortunately, she does not have an answer. Now, she also feels like the cult is completely gone, but you have Batman say, no, the cult is still here, and this leads into a battle between Batman and Shush fighting against the cult of Man Bat. Now, for Batman, he tells her, hey, get the heck out of here. Like, go save yourself. Now, for Shush, she's down with the idea of just leaving him behind because, again, she wanted Batman dead. And so, with the possibility of him dying, she's down with the idea of leaving him behind. But while she's leaving, she's then attacked by Man Bat. Now, for Man Bat, he is very angry in the fact that she did betray him. But at the same time, she's kind of like, hey, listen, I did this for you. I brought Batman here for you. Now, for Man Bat, he does say that he does appreciate the fact that she did bring Batman over here. But again, he's not ready to kill off Batman just yet. He wants to ruin the image of Batman. And so for that to happen, there's some work to be done first. And so you have Batman trying his best to protect Shush. But for Man Bat, he's kind of like, I don't get you. She want to see you die, and you still go out of your way and try to protect her? That's wild. Now for Batman, he wants to know again, what in the world is Man Bat actually up to? And so you have Man Bat grab Batman, and they just disappear. They fly away. You're kind of like, wait a second, where did Batman just go to with Man Bat? But the ending of the story arc is really more of Robin kind of realized that Batman had disappeared. Now, we don't know how long it has been since Batman has been gone, but it has been the following day, it seems like, because you now have Damian at the school. And right now, he has a new classmate. And we see Flatline is there as well, because remember, she did say that she wants to help out when it comes to his cases. And so for her, this is the best way to help out. And so in the next story arc, we're going to see Flatline and Robin going to school together. But this is where we're going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.